Mixing does not have to be complicated, and that's what I'm gonna teach you on today's video. Let's do it. What is up, you guys? Orlando here with Elisha Record Studio, another video for you guys today. And remember, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. You know the drill. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any other video from us.
Do it!
I'm just showing you a sneak peek of my upcoming single that's gonna be released under Elisha Record Studio. It's called Leaves Falling. It's a cinematic piece, and I'm gonna teach you what I did for the mix. And as you can see, I only have just a few effects, and mainly all the heavy lifting I'm doing in the mix bus. I love top-down mixing, and that's why I'm gonna start there, and I'm gonna show you what I did for the rest of the channels. And first, let me show you a little bit of this piece of audio. Without any effects whatsoever, this sounds like this. Now with the effects. As you can see, it's bringing everything up a little bit more. It's creating that vibe. And again, what I'm using here, and I'm gonna start with the mix bus because I think it's the more essential part of this mix, because I'm doing all the heavy lifting there. I'm starting with Golf Fuzz, as you can see here. 20% recover, 20% tame. And I'm tempted to remove the high-end frequencies there, and I might, because I still want to create a kind of more darker vibe, and I think it has enough high-end or top-end already. So I might do that. I might put this in -35. Let's see that. That's good. I'm using virtual mix bus. I love Slate, so giving it a little bit of on 10K on DCQ, removing a little bit of 400, little bit of 100 there. So just, you know, typical EQ, just a tiny bit on the mix bus. I'm using a little bit of earth, just to give it a little bit more of a boost on the lower end. I'm also using the 1dB goodness, my preset for these the FG Gray compressor here, just giving a general overall compression, I must say. I'm also using Elisha Alpha Master here with this preset Spice. I'm enjoying a lot of this preset. It's subtle, but it's doing something really, really cool to the track. And after that, I'm using a tape from Softtube, and it's giving it that extra body, that extra analog feel to the track. After that, T-Rex vintage compressor, giving it a little bit of compression there, just a tiny bit, just to give it that extra boost. And after that, I'm using Sirius. It's a cool plugin from Acoustica Audio. Before and after. It's a massive change in vibe, overall feel. The track, the low end, it's coming a lot more. It's more balanced. It has that analog feel that I love. It's creating that the overall vibe of the track. It's pulling everything together on the mix bus. That's what I have there. I just have on the vocals a little bit of basically the same, so I'm using those in tandem with the virtual mix rack on the mix bus. And vocals, keyboards, synth, and orchestra, I'm using the same virtual channel, which is putting all those in parallel and doing basically the same. But here on the vocals, I have the new custom opto, doing something really, really cool there with the box parallel squash preset. I also have on the keyboards basically the same, just the virtual channel there to give it that analog vibe. And I'm using Greg Wells Piano Centric for the keyboards, and that has a little bit of delay, doubler. I use this plugin not that often, but it's a pretty cool one for keyboards. On the synths, I think I use a lot. Vive strip preset actually, and the only thing I added was the virtual channel. Actually, this one I'm not using, so I'm taking this off. Those two EQs. This one I'm leaving because believe it or not, once you pass the signal through one of those EQs, it adds some coloration to the track, so I'm leaving that in. And the orchestra also as well. Virtual channel. In parallel, I'm giving a little bit of air for the strings and all that. FGA, also a little bit of a boost in 20, just to bring that high end on the strings, which is crucial and vital for this type of tracks. On 800K, I'm doing a boost as well, so that's the low end side of it. And using custom opto for the orchestra as well. Parallel mix bus. This one is pretty cool. Other than that, what I have here is reverb here, which I'm using directly on the vocals channels because it's more an effect thing. And the only other thing here I'm using for the clarinet is this curve here, because the clarinet doesn't have that low end information. I just want to cut that out, and it had a lot of high end information that I kind of didn't like, and it doesn't match with the track as well. I wanted something more obscure, more tame on the high end side, because I want the strings to live on that side. So that's what I'm doing there. As you can see, it does not have to be complicated at all, and you can get pretty good results with it. Not overcomplicated, not overthinking it, not putting an EQ on every track that doesn't really need it, or compression where you don't need it, and that's it. Minimalistic. Sometimes it's better to be that way than to go all overboard and use thousands of plugins on one mix, and at the end just being unhappy with it because it gets too complicated, and then you just lost your train and you don't know what you're doing anymore. It's better to keep it simple and steady and get a good sound, and then the pieces are gonna fall into place. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Remember to subscribe, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any other video from us. And until next one, guys, don't stress, do your best, be blessed, forget the rest. See you around.